Okay, guys. So we will talk about step three PR in action. When more people talk of getting some PR, what they usually mean is that they want some positive exposure in media. Known as praise of media relations, the high profile parts of the job and often the most challenging. A business hire a PR consultancy to manage these tasks for it or runs the function in-house. It's important to understand some basic principle of how media relation works and why it sometimes doesn't deliver quite what you expect. Okay, about media world. We live in the world where this is war to communication and as a business. You have no choice but to be part of it. This is one of the key reasons why PR, the art of managing your communications, has become so vital to a successful growing business. With the addition of the internet, with nearly a billion users worldwide and counting, we do rather have the world at our fingertips. And it's a world that is eager to communicate with us. Um, Strategy PR believe the relevance of the media for business has never been so vital. There's no escaping the impact. Then the media have made on a business, be it either from a negative or positive perspective. Okay, the PR journalist relations. Media relation is rather like the cultivation of a tree is take time, resources, and patience for the result to begin to show. But if you tend to well, it will grow. And to be firm roots and continue to blossom year after year. As with more things, you must first do the groundwork before you can see the result. Media relations work is an excellent illustration of the law of reaping and you saw in practice. Okay, the three goldens. WS are media relation. The basic premise of the media relations task is simple in order to get what is required. For a verbal editorial coverage, it is the job of the communicator, you or your appointed PR expert. First, to make sure you meet the needs of the journalist. This may seem the wrong would around. Should not the journalist be interested in what you have to say anyway? Okay, and neglecting to target your message accurately in the first place is like giving the seminar about the jars of puzzling only to find you are addressing the Christopher's convention by mistake. It just wastes everybody's time and probably upsets a feel along to way too. While it isn't vital or necessary to get to know personally every journalist who may be interested in what you have to say. It is vital to understand what they need. And so, mm, uy, I will check about my about my microphone. Um, okay. Mm. Um, by adopting the following core principle, which I call the three golden WS. When undertaking media relation, you will ensure that your change to achieving editorial coverage and establishing good relations with the journalists are off to a good start. Okay, so why? First, W, why? Why is what we have to say of interest? Is it news? Is it relevant to the relation or audience? When? The second W, when is the deadline for accepting information? Is this a daily, weekly, or monthly publication? If it arrives with the journalist too late, you will miss their deadline and your information will be put off to the next issue or dropped completely. However, needless to say, it will be very unhelpful to your cause if you bug a journalist just as they are right on deadline. So bear this in mind when you make your approach. And the third W, what? What format do they require the information? Journalists usually have a preference for how they like to receive material, for example, by post or email. If you get this wrong as best, your information will annoy. And worse is won't read them at all. Sometimes a more personal approach is appreciated. Sending a press release out to everyone at once is all very well, but if you if your database is not backed up to date, then many will miss their targets. Taking the time and effort first to contact journalists individually by phone, online, or DM, and tend to forward the release if they are interested in a more tailored approach. Call should be brief and to the point, not fumbling around. And next, great expectation. Okay, sorry, this is my wrong. Acceptation. Great acceptation. Okay, about this. Um, Not all of your story will get used even if you do adhere to the three golden US rule. Stories get bumped off the page when something bigger or better come along. We can range from celebrities, scandals to war reporting, newspaper online editors, and in the business of selling newspaper online and will tailor their coverage accordingly. Your competition will get mentioned that you think you should have had some time because they are more adept at PR than you and because you didn't get back to the journalist in time for their deadline. Sometimes it's just because their story is better than yours. You can be everywhere all of the time and to get upset about it is just wait, energy and reviews and unreal expectation of how the world works. Simply saying something doesn't make it so. It can take time for your message to be heard. You won't get into every article that is relevant to your business. Successful PR also means sometimes keeping story out of as well as in the media. You won't win the hearts and mind of your customers instantly, or journalists for the matter. It can take months, even years, or consistent bonding to be registered at top of mind by journalists in your area of industry. And if you have big expectation of PR, you need to fulfill them with an positive attitude and budget to match. It take the risk of being first, a budget that match or exceeds your competitors. Time for it. For work and understanding of how it operates. So you don't abandon the efforts of the successful campaign just because you don't hit all of your targets straight away.